Indiana Jones and the Lost Treasure of Sheba. Adventurers, welcome back. When we last left Indiana Jones and George, they were faced with the decision whether to continue on their own or follow Squint and take the shortcut to Lalibela. Indy argued that it's better to keep an eye on your enemies than to let them sneak up on you. So, let's see if he's right. Saddle up, friends. It's time now to return to Indiana Jones and the Lost Treasure of Sheba. What they say makes sense, kid. Here, look at the map. If we climb the plateau here and then cut over, I'd bet we'd be in Lalibela in 3-4 days sooner. Jones, if that's true, why wouldn't everyone go this way? Everyone not men's like us. We're very, very brave, said Squint, thumping his chest. What's to be brave about? Is it dangerous? I asked. Squint shrugged and avoided my eyes. A little bit of avalanches, that's all. Avalanches are nothing to worry about, kid. Just don't make any noise, said Jones. And that was it. In spite of my doubts, I had no choice but to get on my mule and follow them. But I decided to watch Squint and Frito very carefully. The climb was very steep, and the mules tried each step carefully before putting their weight down. There were signs of rock slides all around us. In places, whole sections of the mountain had slid away, leaving raw wounds in the earth. Shortly after noon, Frito's mule began giving him trouble, sidestepping and refusing to move. You go, called Squint. Maybe he's got a stone in his hoof. We catches up soon. As Jones and I rode away, I felt certain that something was wrong. The trail grew worse. The ground was sandy and full of small stones that slid under the mules' hooves. Soon it became necessary for us to dismount and lead them. We were in the middle of a long, smooth slope, when suddenly the ground gave way beneath my feet. I threw myself down, hoping to break my fall. But then the whole stretch of road began to slide. Hold on, kid, I'm coming, yelled Jones, and through the whirl of dirt and stones I saw him running after me. I tried to hold on, but there was nothing to hold on to. The earth just kept crumbling beneath me, and I rolled faster and faster down the slope. Everything blurred, and then there was an explosion of red and black inside my head. I woke up to find Jones bending over me. Good God, kid, what are you trying to do? Get yourself killed? But Jones, I said weakly, I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. That's no excuse. I rose shakily and touched my head carefully. There was a large bump at the temple, and my fingers came away covered with blood. There's a little stream over here, said Jones. Let's get you cleaned up. The stream bubbled out of a small cave, lined with tiny ferns and mosses. It was so beautiful. I could hardly believe that it was part of this dry, broken land. Jones and I had just entered the cave when there was a sharp cracking noise that echoed off the walls of the mountain. We're in for it now, said Jones. Grabbing my arm, he pulled me into the deepest corner of the cave. What's the matter? Avalanche. Listen, he answered. There was a low, menacing rumble. Then it grew deeper, more intense, and the walls of the cave began to shudder. Tiny pieces of dirt fell on our heads, and the stream stopped flowing. Then it was upon us, roaring like a freight train. Boulders the size of houses bouncing down the slopes, and smaller rocks flew through the air like bullets. At last it ended. We crawled out of the cave and looked around. Everything was different. The slope was scraped clean down to the bedrock. The little cave had saved our lives. I should have listened to you, kid, Jones said bitterly, but I thought it would be okay. If I ever get my hands on those clowns, I'll tie them in knots. What are you talking about? Didn't you hear that sharp cracking noise right before the avalanche started? That was a rifle shot. Our pal started this on purpose. If you hadn't fallen, and we hadn't found this little cave, we'd be buried under this rubble right now. I started to shake then. Sorry, I managed to say, as I tried to control it. Don't be sorry, kid, said Jones. After all, it's not every day a mountain almost falls on you. Just then, there was a gurgling noise, and the stream began to flow again. I sank down next to it and poured water over my head. Well, kid, what do you think? Should we walk out of here and catch the train back to Addis Ababa? I don't really want to take any more chances with your life. Or keep going. I probably think we're dead. Does George have the nerve to press on, or has our adventure already come to an end? Tune in next week to find out. Tune in next week for the next exciting episode of Indiana Jones and the Lost Treasure of Sheba.